Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can call him. Put it up to the mic when he talks too.
Stunna got mad when I
Yeah,
called him.
when it rings, put the ringer right up to that mic.
Yeah.
Actually, we can put it up to the third mic.
His
we're dialing him in.
His name in my phone, by the way, is still Tinman because I still don't think he has a heart yet. That's been a running.
Oh my god, that's fucked up. Right up on it, dude. There we go.
This is probably going straight to fucking voicemail.
That doesn't show his number.
Yeah, right? Yeah, fucking, and it's perfect that it says Tinman and not his full name.
Heartless.
Yeah. Like
Yo.
Yo.
What up, dude?
Yo. Yeah. I'm super late, so I'm just not gonna go.
Oh, really?
I kind of forgot. Yeah.
I mean, all right, man. We were just about to start, man. We could like have you come in midway or anything if you wanted to, but
yeah, I'm not worried about it that much. Like you can come in whenever.
It's all good. It's my bad. I just forgot. I was staying up playing TFT till like 4 a.m. So I slept until like noon, and then I kind of didn't remember because we had that conversation right before you got up, and then I stayed up for like 3 more hours. So yeah,
it's all good. We'll just use this as the intro. It's fine. This is good enough. You got phoned in. All right, man. We love you, man.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Have a good day, bud.
Damn.
And that's why we have no Durs. Welcome to the episode 27 of the 1 to 10 podcast.
Hello.
Half a year later, and he still doesn't show up.
Exactly.
But at least you know why now, audience.
Yeah.
So hello, it's just us.
He's a piece of shit who plays TFT till 4 a.m.
I'd like to acknowledge that you said, yeah, his name's Tinman.
Yeah, his name is Tinman,
Because
dude.
he's fucking heartless bastard.
Bro, he's always like...
Yeah, so for context, he played Fortnite no build with me until like 2 last night. And that's why my eyes are redder than the devil's dick. Also, shout out to our first unofficial sponsor, Liquid Death.
Yes.
We
dude.
drink canned water like pussy marketing ass bitches.
Do you see how fucking hydrated I'm getting? Oh, we didn't grab the laptops.
What laptops?
Oh, yeah, true. We didn't need those today.
Advertising special.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, we got to advertise for Liquid Death. That's why we can't have all the laptops.
True.
They didn't want the Joe Biden I did that sticker that somehow
Yeah.
snuck its way onto our laptops in there.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. 9/11's an inside job one, too.
Bush did it, and so did Joe.
Yeah.
So did Joe.
Joe facilitated it the whole time.
Damn. You know what did not get facilitated?
Let me hear it.
The gaming community towards my needs as a consumer for my dream birthday party. Did you see that I posted this last night?
No. Wait,
okay, so are you familiar with 1UP Arcade?
1UP Arcade?
It's like the arcade cabinets you can buy in like Walmart, like for Pac-Man.
Oh, okay.
It's like the cardboard arcades.
I didn't read the article.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So one thing I was saying, I just turned 30 about a month ago.
Yeah, congrats.
One thing shut up, old. Whatever. Not bald yet though. Hey. But one of the things that like I was saying is that I wanted to go to Happy Joe's Pizza, which there is one in town now, rather than like in North County. And I wanted to play on a cabinet of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with people. Like that's all I wanted to do.
Oh yeah, slight reference though. If you do ever find yourself needing hair plugs, my uncle's got a guy in Turkey.
Okay. Second sponsor of the podcast, your uncle's guy in Turkey.
That guy in Turkey, bro.
Hey. Yeah, no, we're good there. But thank you for the thought. So anyways, not very long ago, like weeks after my birthday, 1UP Arcade announces their release for pre-order of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet.
Yeah, and didn't it say it had like Wi-Fi or something? Like
yes, it has Wi-Fi capability to be able to play online.
That's kind of nice.
Online play, probably with netback roll code, like or was it rollback netcode? That's what it is. Sorry.
Yeah,
probably rollback. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Whoa, Liquid Death fucking up our audio,
dude.
Wow,
scared me to death.
Now we're chilling. We murdered our earbuds. Yeah, we're chilling.
I would say so. Eardrums.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they announced this shit. It goes on pre-order on like the 8th, which is all of 3 days from now.
Yeah, Wednesday.
$600.
Jeez, that's not that bad though.
So I will not be getting the cabinet anytime soon, unless you guys go to the Patreon, so we can make it a business expense.
Exactly, dude. Live stream of the cabinet play,
just right behind where Dur sits, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put the cabinet at all times.
Yeah, well, like have the cabinet turned up and like the mic right next to it, so I can just chime in instead.
It'll be more useful than Dur's in this episode.
Hey, that was a good intro.
It was a great intro. He contributed. It was very well done.
That's actually like, so how big is a cabinet if it's only $600? Like,
They're not huge, but they also have these little like extra stands you can buy to make them taller too.
Okay. 'Cause,
So-
like I always thought like those huge ones you'd see at like arcades were like thousands.
Right, but that's not what these are. These are like made smaller. Essentially, it's like a Raspberry Pi you build in a cardboard cabinet to men. But it's fancy cardboard.
That's fair. It's officially licensed.
Yeah, and
cardboard.
it has like all the art on it and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really want it, but also it very expensive, man.
Oh, yeah.
very expensive.
No,
So my dreams died, essentially.
that's
I will never have it. But one day, maybe I will have one of these cabinets.
Yes.
And if I do, it's over.
It'll be a shout out.
That's when the
patrons.
podcast ends.
Yeah.
Jamie stops working when we get a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet.
It's a 4-month sabbatical.
No, it's over.
It's over.
There's no
Okay.
sabbatical.
That's,
The pod legitimately just ends.
that's fair. Yo,
I can't. I came for one reason. One
if
reason
you
only, the
want
Marvel
us
vs.
to put
Capcom 2
if you want us to put a stop to our takes,
yeah. So, what do you like more? Continuing the podcast by supporting it with financially through Patreon,
Yeah.
or ending the podcast faster by financially supporting it through Patreon?
Imagine it just gets to $5.99 and just stays there.
Yeah, I will break over and make another account. Actually, I'll just use my personal Patreon account to subscribe.
It's just Alec making 600 accounts for $1 each.
Tax write-off
Yeah. Oh man.
on both sides. Don't know how that works. Don't know how that works.
I don't know.
How do taxes be working?
You gotta talk to an accountant.
What's an accountant?
Dude, somebody who accounts. Do we want to get into esports?
I want to get into this hoodie that you posted.
Oh fuck, the gamer gunk hoodie.
What the fuck? So like, there's no armpit,
So
there's holes, so it breathes.
I don't know if you guys can do this now, but if you go to Puma Canada and go to the like hoodie section, they have like a Cloud9 hoodie with the armpits cut out.
That's
And
bizarre.
the model's not wearing a shirt underneath it.
It's a mannequin, clearly.
A mannequin, whatever. The bust.
Busted.
Yeah.
Not bends.
But like it's just to like I guess air out your armpits, but the website says it's for when you start to sweat, you just stick your arms through the holes and it just becomes a tank top.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's the stupidest.
I looked at it, but now that I understand that there's not only just like, I thought it was just like, oh, we're gonna let you air out your pits while you wear a hoodie. Because
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's kind of weird, but kind of clutch at the same time. Maybe fashion's just evolved.
Yeah.
But then you said like the practical. I hate that.
That was the explanation.
I want to blow my own brains out in Minecraft right now.
Oh yeah, it's a stupid thing. Like
Yeah, that is very stupid.
For the same thing, you could simply just take off a hoodie and have a tank top underneath.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah. So a big fat L on Cloud9 Puma.
Yeah,
that
absolute. We'll get into esports in a little bit because I want to save that. It's probably going to be a meat of this episode, honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
Too.
it's just been a really big week for shit. Like
There's-
CS seems to be back.
Yeah.
And you had some weird interactions on the internet. Let's talk about that, Katie and kid. What did you do to Stunna? And explain who the fuck Stunna is.
Okay, so Stunna is a CS:GO analyst. He's pretty famous one, I guess. He's usually on every single cast, right? And there's a post announcing like just the ESL analyst lineup, and he was on it. And it was just a thread of people like saying, "Man, can't wait to hear Stunna be weirdly aggressive." And like some guy said, "I thought I was the only one. He seems like a dick." And when I met him in Dallas, he 1000% gave off the vibe of being kind of a dickhead.
Really?
Like compared to every single person I met.
It's funny because I mean he probably was a dickhead in the sense of like, if you think about it, he was, but you obviously didn't like go through your whole story of the weekend and mention like, by the way, Stunna's a dick.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have that in your first
No.
go through. So
It was
wasn't
a
like
vibe.
right. It's a vibe. It's not like a memorable like, wow, that guy was a dick thing. It
Yeah.
was just like, kind of was a dick though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like if somebody asked to take a picture, he would just like fucking let out the hugest sigh and be like, "Let's get this over with," kind of. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Very
Wow.
rushy. Like
Imagine having chagrin towards like being famous and loved.
I know, right?
What a fucking tool.
You hate to see it. Like it's well, I mean, like because every other person would literally sit and talk with you for like
Right.
however long, you know.
So let me ask a question. If you were to meet someone right now, like say you go to another CS event,
yeah,
and they're just like, "Holy fuck, that's the Canadian kid," or even more, that's Trill from the 1 to 10 podcast.
yeah,
The spread has happened.
yeah.
Like what? How would you handle an interaction, like personally?
I'd be like, yeah,
you'd be grateful, right?
Yeah, I'd be into it.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh shit. Like, I think there were also, nobody right now compared to somebody being in a community like that where it's driven by fan interaction.
Yeah, I mean, if there was
whatever,
if there was another NACS event and I brought that same poster and probably wore the same jersey, like,
yeah,
probably maybe get like one person be like, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that meme from like 6 years ago.
But I think if you kept doing it though, and you made it like your canonical character of being the KD,
there's not enough events. I can't afford to travel to Europe.
No, I know, but if you could, that'd be the way to do it.
That would be the way to do it.
Become the memorable meme.
Oh yeah, it's like how Vitality has like the Golden Hornets
or Zywoo.
Yeah,
because it's trash.
Yeah, like it's crazy, dude. Those European teams like have like those weird like fan clubs.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to see.
Vitality B.
The fucking Flaming Hornets because they're also fucking gay and French.
Whoa. The French might be gay by nature, but not like actually gay.
Redacted.
Listen, what we're trying to clarify here is that we are not hateful towards the gay community, but are hateful towards the French community.
I actually heard Durs is hateful towards gays.
Well, I mean, he's not here to speak for himself, so. And he
welcome to One to Slander podcast.
That was a good one. I like that. I like that shit. Let's move on from the slander. Let's move on to something a little more concise.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this thing I posted from the World News subreddit. After the much large stroke of luck that we have had.
Yeah.
Having global pandemic, whereas also where I first read in November of 2019.
Yeah.
About what was happening in Wuhan.
Yeah.
And surrounding areas. So yet again, Reddit might be onto something. A huge sunspot is pointed directly at the Earth. If it were to hit in whatever way that it could be worst case scenario, it would be like massive power grid failures globally for like days, if not weeks on end.
That would kill millions upon millions of people.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't be able to play out.
2023 DLC is about to be insane.
Dude, can't fucking wait, bro.
Kind of crazy. Now, kind of also crazy for 2023. Let's just get right into the white knuckle thing. I wanna just say.
All right.
So, I as of today posted on the internet. It's public information now. I am going to be a father in like 6 months or so. People, wow! I humped. Yay.
Yeah, dude, he had the sex.
Have you seen the shirts? Like it says like I basted the turkey, like whatever that. So like my coworker had like that when he first found out this was going on, like I don't know, a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And it was one where he replaced the words, and she like it's like the wife's like he came in me, and he's like I'm the cum man.
Yeah.
And I was like, just give me the shirt, just says cum man. Like, I'm the remove, just cum man.
Cum man, yeah.
Just cum man. That'd be way funnier.
They speak of him.
How fast do we get demonetized?
Yeah.
First 12 minutes, baby. Let's go. But no, so I thought those are really, cheeky dumb. But in all honesty, really, pretty cool, like humbling experience to being able to tell family members. And
yeah,
there were definitely not like major worries in my mind, but Samantha had some worries of her own personally.
That's fair.
Especially towards certain family members of hers and mine, because on like, religious dialect and
not married.
Yeah, not married, whatever you want to say, man. People like to afflict their own agendas sometimes, and that just is what it is.
Yeah.
But I did not have many bad experiences at all, and it mostly just positive things, mostly positive reactions, a lot of well-wishing and happiness.
That's good.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I did run into one.
Okay.
And I'd like to talk about it.
Let's hear it.
I would not like to air out the person whom they are. Let's just say, though, that they are not technically like related to this child and myself.
Yeah.
Or really even Samantha at all. They are like married into being at certain events that are family member related. And that is totally fine. They have their place there. They're a person too. But this person was, kind of pushing on some of the questions, asking like, when are you going to get married? All this stuff. And then, their daughter had to be like, Mom, you've been divorced 3 times. Like, why are you worried about when anyone's getting married? Blah, blah, blah. But that was not heard directly towards me. But what was really interesting was when I made the joke of people being like, people were very much like, is it a boy or a girl? Is it a boy or a girl? Do you know? We do happen to know based on blood work, but it's not 100% yet.
Yeah.
And we're waiting until like a proper better anatomy scan to like firm everything up. Then we'll have a gender reveal party and we'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the questions came out of like, oh, like, do you want it to be this one or that? Or like everyone wants to get pedantic. Everyone wants to ask the questions of like, if you know what it is, like it's this one, then it's this, then it's this. You said this, so they think it's this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said one word that doesn't think that they think it's a boy more than it's a girl, or vice versa. It's ridiculous. So I started playing the advocate of like, hey, how about instead of playing this game, why don't we play the game of like, what do you guys think it is?
Yeah.
Make it fun for them. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, give them...
Like the whole point of a gender reveal party is not for me at this point, or for Sam or for anyone. It's really just for everyone else.
I was gonna say, like, what's your stance on the Like, I know you never. Really
I think wildfires got caused by them, and I think that kind of systemically speaks to them as a whole how fucking useless they are.
So, what are you guys just gonna do the confetti or something?
I mean, we're gonna have a pavilion in like a park, and we're gonna have like snacks and stuff and drinks.
Oh yeah, but like, what's the?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We're gonna get there.
Let's do fireworks and cause another forest fire.
It's in a park with no trees like around it. It's a pavilion. Like we're fine. Anyways, so we get to this point of like conversating with this person, and I made a joke of like, oh, what do you like? This person's pressing like, what do you think that it's going to be? Do you want it to be a boy or a girl? What do you want? I said, I want a happy, healthy baby.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I need to be responsible for that and that first, and that is like just the most important thing. And I kind of just like said that one way, and then she'd ask again, and I said it a different way.
Yeah.
She'd keep pressing, and then I was like, look, who am I to worry about it if like in 11 years this kid decides they want to be Xyler, which is an agender thing that's like beyond even the scope of what we understand about like gender identity right now.
Yeah.
Like what if this person's a whole nother gender identity that's not even conceptualized in our society? Yeah. And then this person's like, oh, so like, would you be okay with that? And I'm just like, of course I would be. Why would I not be? And then I just go, do you not believe that? I'm like, do you believe you have some sort of choice in the matter?
You know what?
And that's what I said verbatim. I just go, do you believe you have some sort of choice in the matter if someone that you're raising tells you they have a gender identity like disorder, or like it doesn't line up with whatever their base sex is, or whatever nonsense you need to say to an old person to help them understand gender identity?
Yeah.
And she goes, of course I have a choice.
So,
and I was like, oh, okay. And I just like immediately ended that conversation there. And I was just like, I don't want to talk to this person ever again. A 60-year-old plus person like that who's like doesn't conceptually understand like what love looks like just towards another human being,
like unconditional love.
Yeah, and just like this person like has generations of family underneath them. It's not conducive.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, wow, I don't like this person at all. So that was the one negative interaction I've had.
Do you like? I don't know. Hearing that just made me think. Do you think if you like asked pro-lifers like if they knew their kid would be trans, like would they abort it?
What is this like what's that video? Like what's that video series that XQC always watches? It's like one's the mole. It's like one's the mole or whatever.
Oh like, yeah, who's the pro-lifer among all the choices?
Yeah, and sure, asking that question to vet them out. It's like, what would you do if they were trans?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It just also bothered me too, like knowing the context of the person I am and like who my friends are, company I keep. And it's like I'm a very like accepting and loving person.
Yeah,
and like I've had friends who are trans.
Oh yeah,
I have friends who are trans. Like, kind of fucking questions that to ask somebody in modern day and age, like, oh, do you accept people as they are? Yeah, I genuinely do.
As long as my kid's not like an evil psychopath.
I mean, yeah, I think it speaks volumes to say that the content of one's character carries much farther than like the way they dress or who they identify as. Like, yeah, it's about how you treat people.
Yeah,
and if as long as you treat people well, then like I get along with you.
Like I care less.
And honestly. So when that person revealed just very clearly to me, like, oh yeah, like. Yeah, I don't love people and set them as they are if I don't agree with their values or like whatever thing that they're saying that they want to do with their life, which is like an insane thing to say.
Yeah. No.
And I'm like, wow, this is why you're a miserable bitch.
If all you do is hate people.
Yeah. Well, there was also conversation later of like, maybe we don't invite this person.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, okay, that's like, or maybe this time we don't invite these people so that way we can just have like less people at the party or whatever, or the gathering.
Make it more intimate.
The family gathering.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah.
You really should just have it be people you want.
Right. Well, that was where the odd conversation came around for said gender reveal party here in a couple months.
Okay.
Because they were being very pushy about like that information and like when it is and all this. It's like, we didn't ever say we were inviting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not even in the family. You're just at this person's house for a different function.
Yeah.
Which gives you reasonable invite. Our thing doesn't give you reasonable invite.
I'm gonna gift you guys a saddle for Crowley for the kid to ride.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, Sam will probably try to ride it first, but honestly, I mean, like if this person also wants to show up to this gender reveal party, like good fucking luck, because you and Durst will probably be there too.
Yeah. Oh,
you know, like I mean, good luck to them. They're not gonna enjoy being around my actual friends.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they're gonna be like a miserable bitch. So like, go ahead, come steal some chip.
That'd be fun. I'd love to harass and talk really loudly,
Dude,
but
I
like
can't
not
wait to see
directly.
my friends around my grandmother.
Oh my
Like
god.
my grandmother who I actually want there. That will be funny.
Yeah,
It'll be very funny.
that would be good times.
It will be a good time. Actually, that was one of the coolest things too. So like my grandpa's kind of been going through some like worse health recently. Not terrible or anything, but like not great.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "You gotta tell your grandparents, blah blah." I'm like, "Of course I would tell him." She's like, "No, like your grandpa needs to know because like this might help pick him up." And like he lit the fuck up when we told him.
Oh,
He was so
that
happy.
has to be an amazing feeling.
I bet. I don't know. I only have one generation underneath me now to think about, not like 3 like he's gonna have. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man's been around for 80 years. Love the dude to death. Shout out to Stan the man.
Man lived the whole life.
So, with that, let's start talking about mature things and actual serious stuff. Because this is one thing I don't want. I don't want this to turn into me being a parent podcast in the future.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be a guy talk about TV show with my
you,
friends.
You don't think people want to hear about poopy diapers and late night burpees?
I mean, I don't think I'll be talking about that much stuff.
No.
I'll probably be like, damn, this kid sleep a lot.
This kid
but
do
not
be
for
snoozing. He be intermittently snoozing.
Truge, she, they, them. Yeah, man. So let's talk about the thing I actually do on our podcast to be about entertainment.
Entertainment. All right, let's.
Yeah, that's what we always talk about, right? Okay. We talk about TV, we talk about video games, talk about
do we want to talk about
news.
Where we land? So have you have one episode left of Lord of the Rings, right? Or did you watch them both?
I watched both.
Okay. So we're both like caught up.
Yeah. 2 episodes of Rings of Power.
How fucking nice was it that they gave us a double epi like that?
It was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, no, especially I think since the boys did that too when they released the most recent season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of nice of them to hook us up to give us something to chew on for a little bit.
I am Galadriel.
Yeah, I really like it because the stories that we're gonna get told here are like very loose stories in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always like this room to create like whole new characters and ideas, like Nori and the Harfoots and all this other stuff. But you have like characters like Elrond and Galadriel who are like finite beings within the realm, and they have a starting and end point they have to hit and reach, and they have like arcs that with their character they're only allowed to have so much.
Galadriel goes back in the last movie.
Correct. After everything's fulfilled in Middle Earth when Sauron is finally defeated.
Yeah.
And then Elrond is Elrond, you know? Yeah. So it's a whole thing.
Have you seen it getting kind of review bombed?
I have seen this. They actually removed reviews now on Amazon.
I know, because
I don't know why it's getting review bombed.
It's because there's black people.
Wait, what?
Yeah, most of those reviews are like, this isn't accurate. Like, elves can only be white. That's why they're removing the reviews.
I just hate anti-Semitism and racism and like racism.
How does that even like make sense?
It doesn't make sense. It's just people being so caught up in the pedantics of like something that they don't allow themselves to enjoy it.
They're gonna reference like Tolkien
it's obviously xenophobic at best and like racist at worst, right? Yeah. Like it's fucked up. It's fundamentally wrong.
Oh yeah.
But in the eye of like, oh, I'm a fan who wants to adhere to the source material.
Yeah.
First off, go fuck yourself. Second off, it's been over 100 years since Tolkien started writing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you have to accept that the world has changed in some value.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're so hung up on it and you won't even allow yourself to enjoy this thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I was like, I didn't even look into the review bombing thing because of that. Like, I was just like, I hear it's happening, but I don't understand why, because I like show.
Well, yeah, you don't understand why, because the story, sound, everything.
I don't understand why, because I'm there for fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'm there to fucking fantasy power trip. For a little bit,
and you can like, I think most people who like can get past that are just not racist people will agree it's good.
Yeah, it's important to just like move on.
I will say that
let it be a thing.
The scene of her just swimming like 500 miles or whatever and getting to that boat. I don't know how far she swam, but like, come on.
I don't know, dude. It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, she was on the edges of Valinor.
Yeah.
And just couldn't swim back, man.
Yeah, that's like.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That was weird. I don't think there's like any serious writing issues people want to mention. You know, like I think everything's fine.
So like, Game of Thrones and Hot D has me so jaded though that when I was watching Lord of the Rings, I'm like trying to subvert myself. I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking die. This person's gonna fucking like. I'm like, wait, the story's already been.
Oh
written.
yeah, so you're talking power fantasy versus just like
fantasy,
mystical fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I've become very jaded when I watch fantasy now.
Yeah, actually, so that's this is gonna be the point of controversy in this conversation. Like I'll watch Game of Thrones now that it's happening again.
Yeah.
It's like a fun thing to talk about with my friends.
Yeah.
And I enjoy having that commonality again.
Yeah.
But I think I can enjoy the Lord of the Rings show 50 times more than I can ever enjoy Game of Thrones.
Sure.
Like, yeah, it's just better.
I think by the end of each of these seasons,
Well, like Game of Thrones exists because of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So like
the progenitor.
Exactly. Like you can try to do whatever you want, but when I see the dwarven minds moving their elevators up, I'm like, Jesus, fuck, my little nerd boner's just so hard.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I there's nothing to say about it.
Dude,
It's just too good.
Seeing how adorable the dwarf is. I already said, like, me and my dog, we'd be dwarves if we were in the.
You'd be dwarven.
Yeah, we'd be dwarven.
You'd be dwarven.
What race do you think you'd be?
From Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I'd be the tree.
Oh, yo, actually true.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is way tighter.
It is.
I still get tripped up that Billy Butcher is also the leader of the writer of the Rohirrim. Yeah.
Which character?
Boromir.
Oh, shit.
Think about it. Yeah. Twin Towers? Twin Towers. The Lord of the Rings, the Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers.
We jump from the Middle Age, the Third Age, to the age of 2001.
Yeah. The middle century.
Anyways. Two towers and the last ride of the Rohirrim.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When Rohan comes forth to help.
That's
or whatever.
Nutty.
Yeah. It's led by fucking Billy Butcher. Carl Urban, man. 20 years.
What a rife cunt.
What a rife cunt indeed. So Lord of the Rings just got me like fucking buzzing, man. I want more of it. I want all the season. I want to know who the mystery man is. I want to know why Theo's such a fucking cunt, or if he's a half elf.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, everyone's saying like, oh, he was, his dad was part of the people who worshipped Morgoth, and I was like, okay, maybe, probably, but also could be elfmen.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Because they always say that like the half breeds
Theo's the kid who saw the sword handle, right?
Yes, the sword that is clearly feeding off of his mind and like his blood to reforge itself.
Yeah.
No big deal. That's also why the the orcs were like looking and
for it,
digging under houses
because it was under it was under the shed. Yes. Yeah,
trying to understand why. It's like, oh, because Theo's a dumb fucking cunt. Yeah. That's why.
Hey, I mean, him taking that kind of is good though.
He's moving the plot forward.
Yeah. hey. What? I guess there wouldn't be a plot if the orcs just got their hands on that sword. They just
it's good. It's good shit. We'll see where we go. I am looking forward to seeing where the plot progresses, because I think they said that there is going to be an unveiling of Sauron at some point in the show. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to see him come forth.
Oh yeah, like who's the old man, the mystery man?
I don't think that's him. I think it's a different Maiar.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I don't think it's Gandalf inherently, but I think it's someone related. It could be like Radagast the Brown.
Okay.
Or like one of the other wizards.
Yes.
I don't see it being Saruman, but you never know.
You never know. It could be.
There's also a blue wizard who like has not really
How
been
long
used.
ago does this take place removed from the
This
events?
is in the Second Age.
How many years is that?
I don't know, thousands.
Okay. All right.
Thousands of years.
Okay.
Literal thousands. Yeah, that shit's a fucking bussin' though. Give me more of it.
Oh yeah.
People think maybe that dude who's on the boat with Galadriel, he could be Sauron. But that wouldn't make a lot of sense because they're going to Numenor.
Yeah.
That's where they're heading next. Numenor is the fallen kingdom of men, and Sauron is part of the reason why Numenor falls.
Okay.
He becomes like an advisor. But here's the thing. So the reason why he becomes... Okay, so according to the events of the Second Age that are recorded in the Silmarillion, like basically he becomes the Dark Lord, and that's when Numenor marches, and they go forth and stop him.
Yeah.
And then he surrenders willingly, goes back, and then he rises through the ranks to become a trusted advisor.
Okay.
And then that is how, from within, he disables Numenor and makes the fall of men complete.
That's pretty sick. Yes.
So, my thoughts there. There's other things we haven't seen yet, right? Like, obviously, Celebrimbor is involved, and he is trying to get the forge made so they can forge. So they can forge the rings of power.
Yes.
Like, quite literally, like the Great Rings. And there is a character, which Sauron has a name. It's Anatar.
Okay.
He disguised himself as an elf. Anatar Skywalker.
Yeah.
A great episode name. But basically, like, I'm waiting forward to seeing a character named Anatar who's an elf.
Yeah.
Who is like, I'm like, that's him.
Yeah.
Like, I know already because of just the lore knowledge and stuff. But I don't know how well they're going to adhere to that, you know? They might make him a different character with a different name.
They could.
They could make him possess Theo. I don't fucking understand.
It could be a lot of things, bro.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's interesting.
It's good.
Let's move on to the other fantasy show we already mentioned.
Hot D.
Hot D.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah, after we just spoilered like the whole thing for Lord of the Rings.
I thought, I don't know. Have you watched the new episode?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I watched it right before you came over.
What'd you think of it?
I like that we get to see Dragon do fighting men, and I like that we do more fighting men.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching Rhaenyra like do her little story arc. I mean, I just want her to get with Sir Kristen Cole.
Sir Kristen.
Because she'll just be happy then.
Yeah.
And that would be nice for her to be happy.
But that's not how this will work.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps appearing so based on the previews too that like, you have to marry.
You have to marry.
You are not above royal obligation.
You have to marry Sir Frank Lannister. It's like all
Jason.
Jason Lannister.
Dad, Jason Lannister.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I was wondering where the Lannisters were, and then I was like, oh, never mind. I want them to go away again.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that. His brother's like on the council.
Yeah. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was just like thinking about it. I was like, where are Lannisters?
Also, do you think they tried making Jason sound weirdly like Tyrion?
No, I didn't even think about that at all.
Oh, bro,
it didn't cross my mind once.
Okay,
I was just like, wow, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
not the fan.
As you should. You want to hear my biggest gripe with the episode?
Yeah, let's hear it, bud.
Off-screen death.
Oh, for Crabman?
Yep, crab feeder.
The crab feeder.
Yeah, he literally chopped him underarm to like dead, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, he did. Yeah, he cut him in half basically, and then just took him out, which is
like that. That feels like wasted potential. I'm hoping we just see it in a future episode, but I doubt. Flashbacks, yeah.
I want to know his whole deal.
The crab feeders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the fallen prince or something?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's his deal? He seems interesting.
He's one of the coolest characters introduced, and he's already been killed.
Yeah, he was just, like, brutally murdering people and leaving them for dead. That was crazy.
Very Game of Thrones, like, for him to die.
Yeah, it was truly a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, George of Thrones.
Jim Halpert of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was grateful to see, like I said, dragons were cool.
Yeah, dragons.
That was very cool to see them in combat.
The story's good.
Dragon riders are hype.
Aegon being born is cool, the Mad King. So we know how the story's where it's headed.
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually were very confused after the first couple episodes and were like, I don't actually know where this is going in the future. I would like to know where this is going in the future, but I don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised if Rhaenyra and Daemon fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's that claim, but there's also like the whole like marry Aegon to Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
So that way they can like be safe from attempts at the throne or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it satisfies everything.
That's the weirdest closed loop shit I've ever heard. And like, oh yeah, brother and sister will just,
Well, you just don't understand royal politics now.
No, I do. It's just so fucked. And I was really hoping we'd get away from the incest, but here we are again at the incest.
I mean, that's kind of what the whole Targaryen thing was, though. It's like they went crazy from all the incest. Eventually,
I mean, aren't they already there early then?
Yeah, this is their downfall. This is like the Mad King. Aegon is the Mad King.
No, I know. I mean, I understand that. I told you guys that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, you told me that.
I was the one who watched the preview. I literally understood where this was going before others. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a fine show. Like I said, I just like having something to watch.
Yeah.
And like talk with about people. Be like, wow.
It's good.
It makes me feel like I have required reading for the pod.
Yeah, I know.
This month's chapters are brought to you by My Hero Academia.
Yeah, don't have Twitter for spoilers because apparently if you like My Hero, Twitter ruined it.
Oh yeah. Anime Twitter is crazy. Let's talk about that for the average viewer real quick, actually. So like what happens every fucking month with a major anime that has a manga is like it will just start trending. So you're like, ooh, I'm a fan of that thing. I will check out the trending thing. And then you go, and then it's just spoilers for the most recent chapter that even isn't out yet. It's usually 2 days before because it leaked.
Yeah.
So like huge spoilers for Dragon Ball Super, My Hero Academia,
One Piece.
One Piece.
So I know these two guys who are like the biggest One Piece
You have
fanatics.
your mic a little bit more there, bud.
I know these two guys who are like One Piece fanatics, right?
You're
And they literally go out of their way to seek the spoilers first before the chapters come out because it's unavoidable otherwise.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that a lot.
that's just where we're at.
Like, I mean, I can't say I don't do the same thing for other properties though.
I don't spoil things for myself, dude. If it's something I want to watch, I'm not gonna like.
No, what I mean for like manga, especially though,
I don't remember.
Raw Scans Day is a special day.
It's fair.
I like Raw Scans Day because I can be like, I have no idea what's being said, but what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And then I get the words. I'm like, all right, man.
Okay.
Like when Frieza got his new black form in the manga. Shit.
Wow, way to spoil that shit for me. I can't.
I
Like,
mean,
is,
it is what it is.
Is the super anime ever gonna just come back?
I don't know.
Because like they're still making the manga.
Yeah, and they've done like 2 arcs within the manga,
Yeah.
and they're not done in anime yet.
Yeah.
But they also had no anime arcs like at all planned when they did the anime. They just kind of animated shit.
I remember in the period when Z ended and like Super hadn't even been written yet, and like someone had gone out of their way to write like an online.
Ah, you mean Zycor, the third and strongest son of Goku?
No, I'm talking like it was literally called Tournament of Power, and it was like a super popular online.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Oh, dude, this was like Alex Gronway, I think, put me onto this.
Huh.
Like one of our friends, and
Shout out to Beats.
yeah, shout out to Beats. He like, and I remember reading it, and it was the premise was pretty much the same as like the Tournament of Power.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like Goku and all the Z fighters are fighting like their other, but it was like more like their other forms and like equivalents.
I do remember this now.
Yeah,
And they had like Raditz and
Yeah.
Majin Vegeta from one universe.
Yeah.
I think basically it's like what ifs.
What ifs, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that now.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was tight actually, and that was actually really cool. I don't remember it being called Tournament of Power, but
It was something
probably
like that.
was.
It was something similar to that.
True. Let's see. TV's kind of whack. Otherwise, we do have.
Oh, JoJo's is back, bro.
Oh yeah, new episodes of
Come on,
JoJo's are on Netflix again for
Don't
Stone Ocean.
disrespect, dude.
I mean, okay.
Stone Ocean has been fire. I rewatched the
Stone Ocean's good, but I'm a Steel Ball Run fan.
Yeah, that's fair. But
So I'm just sitting here going, this is fine and this is good and Jolene's cool. But
what is
like,
it? What are your JoJo rankings? Not counting just anime, not the manga.
oh, we're ranking anime only.
Yeah, because I haven't read the JoJo's mangas.
Okay, so of the 6 parts, I would say like number 1 is probably Diamond is Unbreakable. Number 2 is Stardust Crusaders. Number 3 is Stone Ocean.
Okay.
Number 4, Battle Tendency. Actually, no, that's not true. I have to fix that. Hang on. Number 1, Diamond is Unbreakable. Number 2, Battle Tendency. Number 3, Stardust Crusaders. Number 4, Stone Ocean. Number 5, Golden Wind. Number 6, Phantom Blood.
Okay.
That'd be
Diamond
mine.
is Unbreakable is
Josuke.
Josuke, okay. For me, Stardust Crusaders number 1.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the mystery of Josuke's arc against Kira as opposed to
Just fighting Dio.
I mean, the Monster of the Week format for the Dio, like March to Him, is great, and that's why it's up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also be remiss to not say Battle Tendency fucks so fucking hard.
Oh, Battle Tendency is my number 2.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Battle Tendency's sick, bro.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like it's the only. I mean, I know there's so many parts with stands versus parts without stands, but like, damn, that part fucks so hard.
Listen, Joseph Joestar is the best JoJo for me so far, and he is at his peak in both of those.
No.
Jotaro's number 2.
Jotaro and Josuke both exist. So how can Joseph be number 2 if both of them exist before him?
Because
that's him.
Joseph and Jotaro.
Jolene's a better JoJo.
Jolene's a good JoJo.
Jolene's a better JoJo
than Joseph.
Yeah,
no.
Joseph is a great JoJo. They're actually all good JoJos.
You need to rewatch Stardust Crusaders.
You need to lick my butthole.
You need to suck my dick.
Okay, fair enough. I actually am currently rewatching Stardust Crusaders, so you can fuck off.
Okay,
by the way.
okay.
I literally am like,
oh my god.
We're at the gambling episode.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, the first one of the 2.
No.
No.
Yeah,
good shit. Also, we're gay.
I guess after that would be Diamond is Unbreakable number 3.
Pretty good.
Golden Wins.
Respect.
Stone Ocean, but like I haven't finished it yet, obviously. And then
Well, no one has.
Phantom Blood.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, didn't Netflix put up the whole second half of the season?
Is that the second half, or is it just like a third or a fourth of everything?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like the same amount of episodes I met. Like, how many episodes was Golden Winds? Was like 24, wasn't it?
I don't think about it that way.
Okay.
Some parts are longer than others, and some things have like story beats that are longer in manga form than they are in anime form.
That's fair.
So I feel like you have to like pace it accordingly to just make it work for the medium.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shout out to Art and Liquid Death, our sponsor of the
Our
podcast.
sponsor,
Murder
bro.
your thirst with
Dude.
mountain water.
Stay hydrated.
I'm fucking thirsty, honestly. Wow, did you hear that? That's us murdering our thirst. Liquid Death actually sponsor us. That would be kind of cool.
That would be a sick sponsorship.
I would do it.
Yeah,
I do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
it's canned water. I've only tried the standard seltzer water and the lime one.
Yeah,
but I'm very like interested in the berry flavored one called Buried Alive.
Oh, that's a pretty good name,
right?
Have you ever had boxed water?
No.
Sucks.
Just water in a box.
Just water in a box.
Sounds dumb. It's like milk in a bag.
Oh, Canada.
Fuck Canada.
Fuck Canada, dude.
Shout out to all my homies, Dimitro.
Like, it's so crazy that they actually do put, like, when I'd go to my cousin's house in Canada, I'd be like, can I get some milk? And he'd hand me this fucking bag in a pitcher. And I'm like,
it's horrible.
Like, why do you have the bag in the pitcher? Just pour the milk into the pitcher.
Yeah, that is super weird. But you know what? Whatever.
I
mean, well, if you put the bag in the pitcher, you don't have to wash the pitcher then.
I guess.
You're keeping it upright then. It's not a container to hold. It's a vessel.
It's a vessel, dude.
It's a vessel.
Yes.
Let's talk about something very funny that happened last week. So in the last episode, I did a little, little editing movie magic with Jamie, and we had a little ad for our Patreon in there. I don't know if it paid off. Don't fucking care, because I actually literally said, I was like, you can sign up Patreon, $3, $4, $5, really cheap. I hope it's a podcast. Or don't. I don't fucking care. Watch the episode anyway. It's like, go back to the episode. I did a whole thing, and I literally was just like, or don't do any of this. Just watch the episode anyways. Doesn't matter. Like, do what you want.
Yeah.
And I did that because when we were in that segment that I cut, you unintentionally, definitely, but they got to a point of just being like, all right, we're just talking about it now.
Yeah.
Started doxing yourself by saying your first and last name.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, okay. And then you're like, can we cut that? And you even said that in the first 10 seconds. And I was just like, no.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the recording, you asked me, can we cut that? I'm like, yes, of course. So we do that. And then the same day I'm doing the edit, I get a friend request from what would be a profile of Durs with his first and last name. And I was just like, huh, that's weird. So I messaged Durs and I was like, hey buddy, got a problem here. Saw this. Is this actually you? Did you like reactivate Facebook or like whatever? And he's like, no, I did not. I'll take care of it here in a little bit, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, Durs got it under control. Fake Durs messages me and says, hello, how are you doing? Which is the two messages I have a screenshot of, and it says it's been redacted now.
Yeah.
Like literally, it says it's been deleted because it's against community guidelines.
Yeah.
But as I go to screenshot it to show you guys what I had replied to it, that's when the boxes changed from the words of hello and then how are you doing changed to two like removed boxes. And I was like, holy shit, I couldn't even, I'd done it in like 3 minutes. It had been taken care of.
Isn't that kind of fucking like terrifying?
So what I replied with after that was, you are not Durs.
Yeah.
First sentence. And then like waited like 2 minutes and then had like the messaging is now you're able to see and call each other or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, I hope you know how, I hope you know you were about to get fucked for attempting to commit identity theft on even such a small and petty level.
Yeah.
So Jim Halbert even once said, identity theft, very real crime. But like, honestly, someone tried to impersonate Durs, which is really funny because we went out of our way. Like this hadn't hit the internet yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the episode was not there. There's no reference in this episode, which won't even be out for days until after then.
Yeah.
That this kind of thing happened.
Yeah.
But we go the extra mile very often. We don't edit the VOD too much.
No,
it's really not. Like I've never had Jamie go through and even like take a lull.
I love that you still refer. I'm glad it's still Jamie doing the.
Jamie does the hard work. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. We got to steal him from Joan Rogan one day. You know,
Joan Rogan.
Yeah, Joan Rogan.
Yeah.
It's Joan Rivers, but sponsoring Rogan. It's actually Joe Rogan.
He's actually Joan d'Arc.
That's the one
from Fate Stay Night.
Ah, yes, of course. How did I?
Yeah.
Let's not explain that and what any of that means to the audience, please, for they don't understand. But yeah, Jamie is a hero.
So did that
for doing
Durs
that.
profile, like, did it only have a couple people added, or
It
was
had like
or was
8
it,
or
like,
9 people added, but it had people that I knew that he knew in real life that I knew too.
That's the
And I
scary
was like,
part.
oh, they got some of our other friends too. And I was like, ooh, that's scary. And then they got Comrade. And that's where I messaged them. And then I got pissed because I was like, you don't fool Wiener.
Yeah.
No one fools our Wiener like
No,
that.
no,
So I messaged
no.
that. That's why I took it in my own hands and reported it and everything and whatever. But it was just so funny to me that like as Jamie is sending me the final edit,
Yeah.
and I'm like viewing over it and I'm like, oh great, no identity problems there.
Yeah.
Or dealing with someone trying to commit identity theft on one of the boys.
Fucking
So funny. So funny.
You
And and honestly, in context, I hope one day like this clip recirculates because right now there's a very small audience for our pod, which is great. We love you all who watch. Honestly, I know we make jokes about shitting on them.
Yeah.
Fucking the audio listener because
Fucking
they're audio listeners.
Yeah.
Apple Pod, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
But like honestly, we love everyone who watches the shit and takes the time to even listen to 5
Means
minutes
a lot.
or whatever.
Every view does.
But I hope one day that if this does get bigger, we can look back on this and be like, oh yeah, remember when we had no one watching basically, and we had identity theft issues already. Like
it's so wild to me that once you delete your Facebook, it just becomes an open market for some scammer because all our data is just out there.
Hello, send me $120 on Messenger.
Hello, Alec, it is me, your friend Paul.
Hey, you made the voice, not me, Chief.
Yeah. Please send me $20 for lemonade.
I'll be like, well, he sounds exactly like that, but I know that it's only $13 for lemonade.
That's the tell.
You're not Parm.
That's the tell.
Yeah, if you don't get the exact amount right, then I can tell.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, we played too much Amogus to not suss each other out.
Oh man,
dude, remember we actually used to play Amogus daily?
I miss the Among Us lobbies. Among Us is gaslighting.
I feel like if we brought it back like
fun.
once a month, it would be fun.
It'd be, yeah.
Definitely. I think I need to get people on that. I've been trying to get our friend group to try to schedule like, hey, let's play Uno once a week on this, or let's play like this game. Let's do this activity, and then like no one wants to like, oh yeah, maybe. Like I want to do Jackbox on a regular basis again.
Yeah,
that shit was fun.
Oh, Jackbox is fun as fuck.
Also check out my streams.
Yeah.
YouTube or audio listener. Twitch.tv/F1eeb F1eeb.
Check out my boy F1eeb.
Yeah. Also, Durs was talking about how he wants to start streaming soon.
Yeah.
I think he's just bored.
That's fair. I mean,
here's why. Number one, not here to defend himself, so I can kick him while he's down. Yeah.
You know, it's like what all the best comedians say: punch down.
Exactly. No, he gets on last night. We're playing League, and we had a friend who had like a terrible game, and losers etiquette is not a thing amongst our friend group. Sometimes,
no, never.
They kind of just get interpersonally mad. And
we
lose
blame because of you guys, not me.
Yeah, no, we actually had a friend who like straight up was throwing and like was like, "That's fine, I don't fucking care," and we're just like. I was playing Nasus and I was like, I'm winning lane.
Yeah,
like I'm 2-1.
It looks pretty winnable to me.
Right. So I was just like, what? And then it just got really frustrating. And then there's like that obvious conversation that you, me, and Durs all had, and then another party was present but didn't say much. But I was just like, yeah, I'm fucking sick of that shit. I hate when people get interpersonally mad about things that like they are doing wrong.
Yeah.
And they're mad about other people because they didn't want to play a game they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Like he had a whole dialogue with himself about not playing and he could just go hang out with his wife or go to bed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he talked himself into it.
Yeah.
So like that's your problem, not mine. Don't ruin my fucking games for it. Don't ruin my friends' games for it.
Yeah.
Don't ruin your own games for it. It's stupid. Now that being said, Durs started mentioning he started playing Dota again recently. And now I'm worried.
That's a toxic game.
We need to get him a job.
Bro, for real, Dota?
He's playing Dota now?
Ugh. I don't even like.
He wants to stream on Twitch?
Dude,
Ugh.
Dota feels less friendly for entry than League, bro. And
no, I mean I don't have anything really to say about Dota negatively. Dota's fine.
Yeah.
Dota's just Dota.
Streaming in Dota, geez.
But it's just funny that's like, yeah, I can stream. I can play Dota. And I'm like, oh god, is he alright?
Yeah.
Like, do we even know if he's really alright these days? I have no idea.
I feel like Durs is always like a pretty he's fine. I'm not gonna worry about him.
Yeah, he's just a little sleepy bear.
Little sleepy bear, little lazy bitch,
little tired cub cunt, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Oi, Dois.
Oi, Des, you fucking.
Oi, Dois, it's me, Billy Butcher.
Dude. All right, let's get into esports.
Subscribe to the Patreon to get that joke.
Yeah, also to get his only feet.
Yeah.
For like the 15th time. Okay, so let's do esports to wrap everything up because we said we were going to do esports in a little bit at the beginning of the pod, and it's been 40 something minutes.
Okay, yeah.
So let's do that, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah.
It sounds like Endpoint beat Navi.
Oh,
and then YOLO Gang beat them.
Okay. So like, that's just like, it's so funny that Endpoint was able to beat Navi, and then like these guys have been playing through like online pugs just to get up here, and like they were losing to teams like YOLO Swag 420 and shit like that.
That's
and
so
like,
funny.
And Navi didn't just lose to them; they proceeded to lose like their next 2 games after that as well.
Surely not.
Oh, surely. I have no idea like what happened, like because this is the same lineup that was like ranked number 1 and doing well,
winning a major.
Yeah, as soon as they added, well, I think Young came after the major.
Shut up.
I don't know.
Shut up. Shut up.
But like playing long enough together and showing the results.
Yep.
That like within one day, because they were winning their group games.
Yeah.
They played a fuck ton. They played a lot of group fucking games for ESL.
Is that just the format?
Yeah, ESL Pro League is like just a long format. It's like whatever. It's more. It's like more for exposure and stuff, and just like ranking, and just it's
good. 1 to 10 podcast team
getting good games between good teams.
We sponsor a CS team.
Yeah, well, dude, let's lie to the bank, take out a house loan, and just buy Copenhagen Flames.
Shut up, dude. We're not going back to that.
Buy the Copenhagen.
We have so much esports to cover than CS. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. So just not be losing. CS is in a good spot. Major around the corner.
How's the rank reset still feeling on a lower casual player basis?
I think it's good because I'm getting shit on more often, but like
in a good way.
In a good way. Like there's a game I played yesterday where my team didn't blame me for being 4-10. Managed to bring it up to like 14 and 17. You know,
and that was the one where you ran into like the.
It was globals.
They were like super nice to you.
Yeah, I'm a gold number 3, and it was the second lowest was MG.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this was also like 2 or 3 in the morning, right?
This was like 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like that's if you look at CS charts, like downtime, like that's like a low time.
Oh yeah,
it's like a super low time.
For some reason, Thursday nights is like the peak.
It's Europe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a huge part of it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just nice.
Nice, dude.
We won. We won the game. They're like, dude, they're dropping me AKs, and I was like, guys, I only have like 2 kills.
Fuck yeah.
They're like, yeah, we'll pop off.
Let's see what's been going on in gaming for me in esports. Okay, so quick thing, I have not been playing anything but League and one other game. I have been playing quite a bit.
Super Auto Pets?
No.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection. It is all the old arcade and Game Boy and Super Nintendo games all in one collection that you can play on Switch online with your friends.
Okay.
So like,
are these like side-scrolling beat 'em ups?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
And you can local play them too. It's very fun.
Okay.
So me and my buddy both got a copy, and first thing we did, like when we both got it, I started streaming. We beat the very first arcade one, and we beat the number 2 Turtles in Time arcade game.
Yeah.
Back to back. Super fun. Now we thought about this. This is an interesting part of the economy of it. We put in like a lot of lives, like 50 to 100 per person, depending on like just to see how many quarters or lives it would take for us to beat the game theoretically, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking like time of 1991 versus 1992 releases of games.
Yeah.
So we start talking about it as we're playing. We're like, it's been 30 years and these games are still like hard as fuck to beat. It's like, well, they weren't made to be beaten easily. They're made to be beaten difficultly with like a lot of lives, taking damage, like putting money into the thing. And I'm like, okay, so we did the math. So I did spend probably about like across 2 games in flat quarter value would have been $12.50. $12.50, which is about, if you do the math, 50 quarters, about 25 lives a game to get through it front to back, and like a 30 to 40 minute run through the game.
Oh, because the game's only 40 minutes long.
Yeah, because games aren't long. They're just hard.
They're just hard.
Yeah, that's why they always, when you think about the games that like were like that back in the day, they were never that long of games. They were just difficult.
Yeah.
And you could never beat them because you never had enough money to try to beat them in one sitting.
Yes.
So when we did the math, we're like, $12.50. Then we looked at inflation though, from like 1996 to 2022. It was like $56 essentially in inflation. Like if you think about how many quarters that would be back then versus the inflation of what that quarter's value is in this amount of time. So I was like, $40 for this and all these games seems kind of like a higher price point. Now when you break it down that way, you're like, I would have spent $50 nearly in real money trying to.
You could have just bought a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of worth it.
Well, yeah, and I mean now games, you don't really see games like that anymore.
League of Legends had big week.
Yeah.
LPL final happens.
Okay.
JDG in 3-2 beats Top Esports, so that's decided, and then all their regional seeding is done now. So it's those 2 teams.
JDG Top,
Then it's also
RNG.
RNG and who was that third team?
I don't fucking know.
No,
EDG?
No. Yeah, EDG.
EDG.
Yeah, it's EDG.
I mean the four.
Yeah.
That are the four best.
Yeah, those are the
teams.
four. Well, LNG was very close.
They're close.
Which is
but,
super
like,
carried though in B.
But when you looked at like the preseason rankings or like pre-summer, like those were the top 4 teams pretty much. I feel like were they not? Top.
I wouldn't disagree with that
RNG
notion.
And EDG were definitely like.
EDG had some struggles.
But yeah, everybody did though.
But yeah, it was definitely very interesting for their region to close it out. We had NA sealing up a lot more. Cloud9 qualifies for Worlds.
Yeah.
They had their series against 100 Thieves.
They shit on them.
They shit on them hard.
Yeah.
So C9 is guaranteed top 2 now.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 series that were both 3-2 between teams that were like really
Fringe.
kind of underwhelming, and then teams who were like top of the bracket.
Yeah.
So we had Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid Advance, but we were both also 1 game each from each series away from either TSM or CLG advancing. We would have had TSM versus CLG Reggie's house death match.
Yeah.
For the last slot at Worlds.
How amazing
that would have been insane.
Would it be if we had gotten that and CLG won? Would Reggie just not kill himself?
I hope he would have.
That'd be
Minecraft.
In Minecraft, redacted.
Yeah, redacted in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Redacted in Minecraft.
Like,
yeah, we're not gonna bully the bully.
Yeah,
Let's just let him make his own downfall, honestly.
He probably doesn't even give a fuck anymore. He's probably trying to sell his shares.
Oh, like Reggie's gonna see this clip?
Yeah.
Okay.
He might, bro. He's probably sitting at home because he can't be harassing his players anymore.
However, yesterday was the Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid.
Rip Team Liquid, dude.
Yeah, Liquid forever 4th again.
I wanted to see EG lose and not go to Worlds.
Well, EG already goes to Worlds.
Well, they've gone no matter what.
No, because they beat Liquid, they go to the finals weekend, or they play through like that gauntlet to go to finals. So if they lose, they are just the 3rd seed.
That's what I'm saying. But if Team Liquid won, they would have been the 3rd seed.
Right.
Yeah, I wish Team Liquid would have won.
Right, same. But you said I wish they wouldn't go to Worlds. I'm like, too late for that. I agree. No, it would have been very funny because this is where we get into the territory of what we really want to talk about in this situation.
Any talking themselves in circles.
Well, just bracketing format issues globally that like cause weird things to happen. So what we were asking for essentially is a winner of spring to not go to Worlds, which would be really funny. Like, it's really funny to think about the fact that like you could do everything you could, win spring, be really strong in normal season, and then just not make Worlds.
Well, okay.
Which is insane.
Well,
but then Europe decided to pull the true Clown Fiesta. Like, this might actually be a true for fun region now. Mad Lions, after having, granted, Niski does come back and does get MVP of the split. 0 wins in best of 5s. Goes to Worlds as the 4th seed.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So
what?
So what you were saying though, the winner of the spring split, like how crazy it would be that they don't go to Worlds. I remember years ago the dialogue in NA because at 100 Thieves, like when they first came in the league, won spring and went to Worlds.
No, but they didn't win. They got 2nd place.
They got 2nd place.
They went to a finals. This was the Medios roster back in the day. 2018, and then they had the replacement where they had Cody Sun go on the roster for 2018 Worlds.
I thought they won that spring split.
No, they never won. They didn't win their first time until last summer.
Really?
Yes, they just made a finals, which is why they had enough championship points with even several roster changes to go to Worlds, and that was the point of contention. And I agree, we should avoid situations like that where we don't have someone who does poorly in summer find a cheeky way based on championship points to qualify.
Yeah.
Because I think they got a 2nd and a 4th.
Yeah.
And then they auto-qualified.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right, dude. They did not fucking...
Hello, a little esports historian here.
Yes, 2018. You are correct.
I know my shit.
Yes.
Because I don't remember who the ADC was that they replaced, but they had someone. They replaced him with Cody Sun.
Look at this,
and that was the point of controversy, is like fucking Cody Sun. Seriously.
Let's see. What was this roster? No.
Oh no, they benched Cody Sun for somebody else. That's what happened.
Yeah,
they benched Cody Sun.
Yeah, dude. And then Cody went on a mini revenge.
And now Cody Sun plays in LFL.
Yeah. Dude,
think about that.
He plays in LFL.
He plays in the fucking French development league.
Cody Sun
with Reckless.
Cody Sun was not a NA born player, no.
No, he's NA talent.
Was he NA talent? That's good for him. That
Yeah, I think he's from. I think he's like native of a foreign country, but I think he's first generation American, so like he could play in America as NA resident.
Dude, that's pretty huge. An NA player is playing in LFL.
Yeah, I mean he's not an undesirable player. He's definitely better than a lot of the other like ADCs that kind of were around his age and like group level. Yeah, like there's like this dude named Value who like.
Oh yeah, Value. I remember Value. He sucks.
Yeah, he sucks, but like he never got a chance to shine. But then you put him in the collegiate league and he just shits on everybody.
Yeah, he's too good for collegiate, but not good enough for
academy.
Yeah,
which is that's like the weird bubbles of like development. I always wonder about like where they struggle.
There's a disconnect that, but some.
How can you? But like that's the thing. Like academy's not that much better. Like League of Legends fundamentally, like as a thing, people are like, oh, they're platinum. I'm silver. I can't handle them. Well, the difference between you and them is so small. But the difference between the guys at the very top too, it's like the same kind of thing in a way. It's not exactly the same. There's definitely bigger gaps between the very toppy top.
No, like that 0.2% difference. That's just natural talent, baby. That's just the killer instinct that they don't have it.
I don't know. There's also other things people like do where they inherently like shoot themselves in the foot on like their ability to scale, like at getting good at the game.
Yeah.
Like have you ever watched Faker's stream before?
Like maybe once a long time ago.
Okay, give it an attempt again sometime just to see how he like operates and what he does. But one of the things he does is he hits the function keys. If you hit F1 through 5, it will move you. Like so, F1's you. F2 is like, say you're the jungler. It'll be like your top laner. F3 will be your mid laner.
To their
so you can go to their POV. Yeah. Do that more often. I started doing it recently. It made me significantly better, like instantly. It's these things that like people. But here's the thing: there's an infamous clip of Medios, guy of 2018, 100 Thieves fame.
Yeah, he's still like their boy.
In a way, yeah.
Nadeshot loves him.
Yeah. So the thing is like, there's a whole clip of Medios like talking shit on like, why would you do that? He just like moves his camera and clicks around, which people can do. That's fine, but like the way I look at it is like, if you can get an advantage by doing X thing for even a 0.1% increase of winning consistently, why wouldn't you do it? Yeah. Right. And that's, I think it's part of the endemic issue of North American esports.
If I can hit global by installing scripts on my computer and getting away with it.
All right. With that, we're going to end the show. Thank you for another episode of the One Dead Podcast. See you guys. Parm is not cheating.